In today's video, we will be going over how to redact and add watermarks to documents using the Watcher. The Watcher feature monitors a specified folder so that when files are added to it, the redaction function applied to that Watcher is performed on the files automatically. This is a great way to save time when using CaseGuard Studio for document redaction. Before we set up the Watcher, let's create a watermark for our files. Click Tools in the top left corner of your workspace, go to List Manager, and then select Watermark. Here you can edit or remove existing watermarks or create a new one by clicking Add New Watermark. Give your watermark a name and add a short description of the watermark. I will name my watermark Confidential. Once you're ready, hit Continue. From the Watermark drop-down list, select whether you want to have a text, image, or dynamic text watermark. For more information on the dynamic text option, please watch our previous video on the feature. For this example, I will use a text option, and for the text I will put Confidential. You can customize the background color, transparency, rotation, size, alignment, and text appearance with the various options provided in the configuration pop-up. Once you are satisfied, click Save. Now let's set up the Watcher. First, let's hover over the Watcher icon on the right side of the workspace and pin it so that the Watcher panel is easily accessible. Next, select the Add Folder to Watch icon at the bottom of the Watcher panel. Here you can name your Watcher. We recommend always using descriptive names so that you know which Watcher does what operation. I will call this one Watermark Redact All PII. Then use the Browse button to choose an input folder where you will place the documents you want redacted. Then use the second Browse button, this time to select an output folder where CaseGuard Studio will place the redacted copies of the documents when it is done performing the redaction operation. Please note that the input folder can also be on the cloud, like an S3 bucket or the local network, and not necessarily on your local machine. If you want the option to review the redactions placed for editing purposes, click the Keep History Files for Manual Review button. With our Watcher named and the input and output folders chosen, select Redact Document from the Operation drop-down menu. Next, click Add. Select Perform AI Text Analysis. Choose what language your files are in. There are over 50 languages to choose from, including French, Spanish, Chinese, and Arabic. My files are in English, and that's what I'll choose. Then select what you would like CaseGuard to detect and redact. Your options include, but are not limited to, names, phone numbers, addresses, credit card numbers, and IP addresses. To be all-encompassing, I will choose Select All. Then choose if you would like to run AI text analysis on all pages or a selected page range. Next, select Add Watermark. From the drop-down menu, you can choose to use an existing watermark. I will choose Confidential, which we created earlier. Once you have made your selection, hit Apply. Hit Save, and in the Watcher panel on the right side of your workspace, the Watcher will appear. In my Watcher panel, there is already a Watcher for medical form template redaction. There is no limit to how many Watchers you can create to perform different redaction operations on videos, documents, images, and audio files. And you can use these Watchers at the same time. The new Watcher we created currently detects 0 files in the input folder. As you add files to the input folder, the Watcher will detect them and display the number of files here. Use the Open Input Folder and Open Output Folder icons to see the Watcher redact in real time. Add the documents you want to redact to the input folder, and in the Watcher panel you will see the software acknowledge that there are now 4 files in the input folder and begin the redaction process. It is important to note that you can copy and paste a whole folder of documents into the input folder, and when they are fully redacted, a folder with the same name will be created to contain them in the Watcher output folder, maintaining the structure and organization for ease of use. As the documents are redacted, the original files are moved to the Processed folder. In the Watcher output folder, you will see the fully redacted copies of the files added to the input folder. And as you can see, our confidential watermark has been applied, and all of the sensitive information within the document has been redacted. Once created, Watchers can be used repeatedly to perform redactions. Whether it's a day, month, or year after it was created, if you drag new files into the input folder, CaseGuard will automatically begin the assigned redaction process. Using the Watcher is a sure way to streamline your redaction process and save you time using CaseGuard Studio for document redaction. Happy redacting!